Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of the hated 30, but this time for a little twist. I will also be doing a love 30 and a mixed 30. As you can see, I picked 3 captains chosen at random: DJ, Z, and Kitty. And as you can see, this is the rest of the cast. Each person's gonna have to choose 5. Each team's gonna have 5 boys, 5 girls. And let's get into it. So the first person choosing is DJ. And as you can see, I think DJ would most likely pick Lindsay out of everyone. Just because I think he would really be unsure of himself and just would see Lindsay and just pick her. And then Z would say, I'll take the granny. Then Miriam's like, Granny, watch it, you whippersnapper. He's like, hey, chill. I saw this venture count. You rocked that season. And then Kitty, this is a no-brainer. Kitty's picking Owen. And now it's Kitty's pick again. This goes, and this round we're going to be in and out with DJ, so everybody gets a fair turn. Here, Kitty picks Emma for a good reason. And then Z needs to pick a guy, and he's like, I'll take Damien. And then DJ has picked another guy, and he chooses Duncan. And then he picks Lashana. And all that. And then Z is looking at everybody else and he says, you know, I don't want Julia, so I'll take MK. And then he's like, thanks, Z. And he'd be like, no problem. And now Kitty's picking somebody. It's Noah. Everybody knows Kitty's gonna want the Owen, Noah, Emma, and Kitty group back. Well, now it's time for Kitty to pick again. And this time, I think she would actually pick Ashley. Because in this universe, the Total Drama Adventure Camp came out after Total Drama. It was a whole separate series ran by a whole separate production company in the Total Drama universe. But the characters can still meet, but it's just unlikely. And now Z needs to pick a guy, and he's like, you know what? I'll take Tyler. Then DJ picks Harold. Followed then he goes to pick, and then he just gets really self-conscious about there being a Victory 2.0 and ends up picking Rhea. Then Z's turn, and he's going to pick Lake. Then Kitty is gonna pick Brick, followed by Jasmine. Then Z's gonna pick Sean, and then DJ is going to pick Alejandro. Just because on his team they know that they can outnumber him. Followed by Dakota. And then on the sodas, I think he would just pick Heather. Then Kitty would pick Bowie, followed by Julia. And then Z would pick Raj. And DJ as you between Scott and Tom. And I think DJ would rather pick Tom because he has a better skill set. That means Kitty is going to be left with Scott, and DJ is going to be picking Rosa Maria, leaving Z with Dawn. This could literally be another all-star cast. I'm just realizing that. But these are the bouncing bunnies, superior sodas, and the selfless selfies. And let's get it. So the first challenge will be an obstacle course. Last team to fully arrive loses. On the selfies, Owen would be dragging his team down a lot in the obstacle course, just always getting stuck. But I think Ashley and Jasmine, along with a little bit of help from Bowie, would be able to help get Owen through the course. On the sodas, I feel like the person that literally drags them down the most is Z and Tyler. Just because Z's very nonchalant and Tyler's just clumsy in general. But and on the bunny person really just slowing them down is Harold and Rhea. Harold just because of his lack of strength, climbing up a rope, needing to be helped by Alejandro and Tom, and Rhea just not wanting to do it. But I think the bunnies lose the first challenge. And here, I'm sorry, Rhea. You're gone. You lost the first challenge. Rhea's the first boot. Shocking, I know. But it is what it is. But beginning of the next episode, I think that Lashana would get Harold, Lindsay, and DJ to the side. Say, look, I know we're all part of Team Victory and how bad our team did, but this time I do not want to let that happen. So I don't think anybody else is going to work with one another. So I think that the next person we should go for is Tom. I've seen this venture camp. Tom's very good socially and in challenges. And we got a lot of challenge beasts here. And so And so they all agree next time they lose to all vote Tom. But Harold's a bit skeptical about this. And on the sodas, Lake and Damien sees the wasp and freaks out. And then gets told by Miriam to stop freaking out about something so trivial and to man up. And Raj and Tyler are just chilling, just being goofballs on their own. Sean's by himself. Then he comes across Dawn. MK and Heather just know of each other's prowess in their respective seasons, so they make an evil alliance to just stick together and sow chaos among everyone else. And on the selfies, Owen is chilling. Owen comes fast friends with Ashley, and they start a very unlikely friendship, along with Jasmine, just because Jasmine's just a very supportive character in general. And I feel like she would just find Owen a bit endearing on just how much of a goofball he is. But the next challenge will simply be a trivia quiz. And the sodas do the best because they have a good bit of brains. Heather, MK, Damien, Lake, Miriam, basically everybody but Z, Tyler, and Raj are really smart. And when it comes down to bouncing bunnies and the bunnies and selfies, the bunnies actually get this win. And here, I think like Bowie pulls Julia, Scott, and Breck aside and say, "Look, we should try and go for Owen. You've seen how fast he has been able to get the majority. I know he's not playing strategically, but he could be very obstacle to come across during merge. And he also won a season. And with that, Bowie goes to Emma saying, look, Jasmine came to us saying how she wanted to vote you off. So, we're voting her. So the votes are as follows. 1 vote Jasmine. 3 votes. 2 votes Julia. 3 votes Bowie. And 4 votes Owen. Sending Owen as the second contestant packing. So, that is the first 2 people down, Rhea and Owen. 2 really prominent players from their respective franchises. Alright. This next challenge is going to be a triple elimination. Only one. Each team is going to be locked in a free-for-all dodgeball royale. Last person standing wins. on the selfies, Bowie's winning that thing. Bowie has been shown to be very good on his feet. Has good hand-eye coordination. And has a good sense of awareness. On the bunnies, you know who's winning this thing. Alejandro. He's basically like Bowie, but just he can just be there and whatnot. Well, on the sodas, this is a bit complicated because Tyler and Roger are completely out because they nail each other. They take it like competition. Damien fucking freaks out, accidentally gets hit by Sean. Cease sipping on a soda whenever Heather gets him out. MK gets out just because she's at least athletic. Heather hits Dawn. Then Lake gets hit. Then Heather. And then finally, Sean giving Miriam the win. So, first off, on the selfies, I think MK will get a little miffed at Emma thinking she voted to eliminate Owen. And all that. But I think Bowie would take this opportunity along with Julia to eliminate Emma with Noah and Kitty for basically payback for eliminating their best friend and whatnot. Now, on the bunnies, this elimination is not gonna be normal. So, Harold, really liking Tom, goes to Duncan. It's like, hey Duncan, so what should I do? Rashawn wants to get rid of one of our best players for later on, even though we will need him later. I'm just conflicted because I love LaShawn, but I also value my friendship with Tom a bit. What I do, and Dom's like, I don't know, man, but I'm telling you this. I know LaShawn's a major player, but I'm gonna try and get someone else on our side. Be you, Tom, and someone else. And we try voting out a different player instead, which Harold agrees. And Duncan does get Alejandro. And here, it's three votes Tom, one vote Duncan, the one vote Duncan with Rosa, one vote Lindsay, which was by Dakota. And then 4 votes Dakota. Sending Dakota eliminated 4th from the Love 30. LaShawn shocked. And finally, it's time for the sodas, their first elimination. And here, I think Heather and MK decide to go up to Raj and Tyler, just trying to strategize with them, but neither of them really having it. And so they're feeling a bit miffed. But Miriam comes up and says, look, I'll be willing to join your little alliance just because I'm not afraid to play a little dirty like some of these other kids. I think the best choice is to eliminate Damien. For my first season, there's a guy named Will. He was a better competitor than Damien. And so it's in a scattered vote throughout. But with 3 votes, Damien does get the boot here. And that's the first 5 eliminations done. Some heavy hitters rarely getting eliminated this early, man. So, the next challenge is a simple fashion show. Bunnies are getting this down packed. And between the sodas and the selfies win this thing just because they have people like Julia who knows what's what, who knows a thing or two about fashion. They got Bowie, they got Britt that went to fashion school, they got Kitty. So the sodas do go. And I think the vote's pretty unanimous here. I'm sorry, Z. You were really decent competitors, just people didn't. Is that Z was just seen as the weak link of his team, just was really not caring much about the game and just more focusing on chilling. But we have eliminated 6 left, 24 contestants left to go. So the next challenge will be basically a free-for-all sumo match. That actually, for once, Raj and Tyler excelling. With Miriam also showing off some really good skills. And Brick, Jasmine, Scott, and Ashley also get time to shine this episode. But also, the bunnies got people like Harold, Duncan, Tom, Lashana, DJ, Alejandro. The bunnies do come in first place, but between the sodas and the selfies, the sodas do win. And here, Heather, Miriam, and MK decided to go for a rather devious play here. And Miriam, they have Sean in a zombie apocalypse. The dumber ones are typically the ones out eating first. So they should try to keep Ross and Tyler in. And here, they sadly eliminate Dawn. Yeah, Dawn's out this early, but I think that the team really saw Lake as more useful than Dawn. But the next challenge will be a puzzle, which the sodas do win this just because there's a lot of smart people on their team. And the team that comes in second is the bunnies. And I feel like a lot of people are just these people are just really comfortable on their standing on their team. And so, on the selfies, I feel like Bowie's finally gonna get sick of Julia's shit. And tries to pull the votes to eliminate her. But she does a reverse on Bowie by telling everybody, oh, me and Bowie had truths, not to talk bad about each other. And that's how, and Bowie gets the boot here. Yup. Next elimination is going to be next challenge is let me just think. Brain's going. Alright, basically each team has to stand on a pole for as long as possible. Last person to fall off loses, and I think Julia, MK, Heather, and Miriam will all team up. All three of them say, "Hey, stay on our poles. The bunnies are way too strong." And so they all jump off and start trying to and shake the bunnies a little bit. Because the DJ start freaking out, knocking him, Lindsay, Alejandro, and Rosa into the water. And then Lashana finally confronts Harold about the elimination. About the Co's elimination. And Harold says yes. He didn't want to vote Tom just because they were very good friends. Which causes Lashana to slap him, sending him off the platform. In which Duncan and Tom tried holding her back from diving in after Harold. But it isn't enough, which means the bunnies do lose this one. And here, I think a lot of people are gonna see Lashana's little outburst as unneeded, so they eliminate her. But also, she lost her temper so bad. Harold accidentally got a concussion and has to be withdrawn from the game. Poor Harold, I know. But that's just how things rolled. None of this stuff was scripted. But we're down to the final 20. 100%. What a shame. Harold was really playing well this season. And Duncan agrees with him. Then we got Lindsay starting a friendship with Rosa Maria. And DJ just hanging around them. So the next season, and the next challenge was actually going to be a double purge challenge. Basically, last people. So the first. No, dang it! I'm losing my damn. The first team to get all the members across the finish line in a race would be safe, and only that team. And to be honest with you, it's gonna be the bunnies. I think Rosa ends up spraining her ankle, and DJ's being uncertain. But then Lindsay was telling DJ, pick her up and run with her, in which DJ does and just barrels off, like using all his strength to carry Rosa and Lindsay over the finish line, finishing before all the other teams. Just because MK is not the fastest and Noah is not athletic. But here, I think everybody's like, alright, the merge is coming up soon. And so, Jasmine, Brooke, and Ashley would be in an alliance, and Noah and Kitty would be in one. Meaning Julia and Scott are the swing vote. And here, I'm sorry, they're going to eliminate Jasmine. Just because they think that she would be one of the biggest threats going into the merge that they think is happening soon. But it's not. And then the sodas. Here, this is where your thing is, Sean. I'm sorry. Jasmine and Sean going out back to back in the same elimination. I couldn't script it better. But here we are. The final 18. 8 more eliminations to go till the merge. And finally, the next sorry guys, brain short circuiting. The next challenge will be a talent show, which I think the sodas will come first. Also, up until merge, this is going to be strictly double eliminations. I mean, I just think the sodas are just going to come in first and whatnot. And on the selfies, I'm sorry, Scott, it is your time. And then on the bunnies, Duncan, Alejandro, and Tom will be voting as DJ, Lindsay, and Rosa Maria, with Alejandro versus Lindsay, which, in a stroke of luck, Alejandro gets eliminated. And Lindsay would be shocked, but then in the distance, it would show somebody tossing a rock up and down, that being Miriam. Saying, I did not like that Alejandro guy. That Alejandro. I would rather go against the dumb one. But thing is, the next challenge is let me think. It'll be a simple relay race. And here, the team that comes in first is going to be the bunnies. And here on the selfies, here I think Kitty is going to be the one eliminated here. Just because of how well she's getting along with everyone. And could have potential connections on the other teams. But it's down to the... Alright, the next elimination on the sodas here. I'm sorry, this is where it will be a 3-2-1 vote. 1 vote Miriam. 2 votes Lake. 3 votes Tyler. Tyler made it really far. 15th place overall. Made it to the halfway point. But he just could not cross the finish line. But that's how the game works. But we only have 4 more we have. This next challenge will be a triple. And uh, and it will be a tug of war. Basically, gonna be a 4/5-way tug of war. Last person standing on each team wins. That being DJ, Ashley, and Raj. And Heather actually decides to go back on her alliance and eliminate MK along with Raj and Lake. Surprising Miriam, but Miriam intentionally threw this challenge to Raj to keep her safety. And on the selfies, I think it's mainly comes down between Brick and Ashley, but Brick's gonna let Ashley have the win. And here they do eliminate Julia. And then on the bunnies, here, I'm sorry, Tom, your time does end. And so, down to the final 11, everybody. But, the next challenge will be a planking competition. Last person to fall from a plank loses. Yeah, we all know who this is. I'm sorry. It's Noah. Now, actually, Noah's actually struggling, but Ashley and Brick are between them, helping him stay up. Knowing that they're probably gonna need his brain soon. So, I think Noah will say, let me try something. Hey, Raj, look. Always kissing Wayne, which Raj does drop. But he's like, where? Accidentally hitting Heather and making her drop. So, we have reached the final 10. But, like in the hated 30, these two are going on to the second part. There's going to be one more installment of this series before the finale. Before the final episode. So, hope I will see you all there. See you next time on the Mixed 30. Later.